So when we talk about the frozen Russian assets, we are not just talking about numbers. We are talking about blood money that is still sitting in Europe and is still capable of more destruction. So why is that? So because Belgium, through Euroclear, which holds nearly 200 billion euro of these assets, has a historic opportunity right now. First, to ensure that these funds are never given back and used to finance more violence, but instead that they're used to support justice, accountability, and Ukraine's recovery. But the danger right now is real and imminent. In July, in just a few weeks, EU sanctions will be up for renewal. A single veto from Hungary or Slovakia, which lean towards Trump's camaraderie with Putin, could unlock these assets for the Kremlin and send them back immediately and irreversibly back to Russia. That would be a catastrophic failure for Europe. So there are two concrete steps that need to be taken, and that's what I'm here to communicate today, that there is a secure and lawful path forward. First, Belgium and other governments should direct their financial institutions to move these assets into separate accounts beyond the reach of Hungary or Slovakia's veto. This is a very simple administrative step that Belgium and others can and should take immediately. Second, countries where the assets are frozen, including Belgium, should establish an international trust fund to hold and manage these resources on Ukraine's behalf for urgent defense, also for reconstruction when that time comes, and compensation for victims. This is entirely consistent with international law and with the G7's existing commitment that these funds will not go back to Russia, and it is simply putting action behind this commitment. But to answer this question about would it be an act of war, which I believe the Belgian Prime Minister mentioned, that is a misplaced fear. This is not true. International law does provide that when a state's conduct is so egregious that it violates the very core norms and principles of international law, it's considered to affect the entire global community, and any third-party country has the right to take third-party measures against it to restore this international order and justice, even though they are not directly at war. International law provides this foundation. And there is also the point here that Russia, whether or not we like it, whether or not we accept it, Russia is at war with us. Russia is not just at war with Ukraine. Russia is at war with the entire Western system of values. If Russia succeeds in Ukraine now, it will not be its last step. Europe is next. So we need to be taking action now. And at this point, inaction is not neutrality. Inaction is complicity. So the argument that these funds could, we often hear, could somehow harm Europe's financial standing, well, that's outdated. The real risk right now is actually in doing nothing, letting the aggressor regroup and signaling that Europe can't enforce its own rules. That is the very real danger that we are facing.